We are recording now.
Started.
Welcome to the call. Okay, so we are not having the free group as of right now because there's just too much going on next week. So that means we really got to bump up our 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 inviting. And also, if you do want to go ahead and give like the free sample workout of Morning Meltdown 100, please do so. I'm giving it to almost everybody that is saying no to me, everybody I'm following up with. It's just a really good chance for them to kind of see and kind of have a sneak peek into what kind of workouts we're getting into. Of course, Meltdown 100 or Morning Meltdown 100 is actually the longest workout program that we have in the history of Beachbody. So it's a huge, huge commitment, but we don't want to scare anybody. It can be kind of scary, like 100 day commitment, but she explained, or Jericho explained in the National Wake Up Call, that it's not 100 consecutive days. It's very flexible, as where, like, if you need 2 rest days, you can go ahead and take it. And of course we have the Beachbody On Demand, so if recovery or active recovery days, you can go ahead and do yoga or whatever, but she does have active recovery in the workouts already. So that's a really good thing for your people to sample. And Beatrice, I would kill for your following. You have a massive following already. You have great connections. So really dive into your warm market, I think. If you wanted to go ahead and make Emerald, you could do that like tomorrow, because I can see the kind of support and following and relationships that you have. We just need to put a little more effort into inviting them. That's all. Yes. Another thing also going forward, there's a fly. Sorry. Also going forward, even though we're not having the free group, I am still thinking of putting the guys and our girls together in a group, because the guys are just not as active, and we need to get them active in order for them to stay motivated. So as part of the challenge, we can have them posting in one single group, or we can have them posting in two single groups, one male and one female, which I feel is like, I don't know. This is why I asked you guys what we should do, because I really don't know if it's not just me. It's like, it's everybody in the group. I want to see what their consensus is, but we'll go ahead and talk about that a little more later with the rest of the group. So, and I hope everybody is doing the 21-day challenge, because I think free stuff is really fun. Who doesn't like free stuff here? Because $25 Amazon gift card. We got free leggings from Pineapple Clothing or Fabletics. I have things from TJ Maxx. I have bags for the ladies, some purses maybe, some makeup, a whole bunch of stuff. But you guys gotta participate in order to get it. So that starts, it starts now, but you have the full 30 days to complete your 21 days consecutive. So make sure you get on that. I think it's a lot of fun with all of us doing it. So let's get into inviting. If you haven't watched the call with Colleen from last week, go ahead and watch that call. A few things before I get into the private message inviting aspect. Your Facebook has to be your storefront. It's basically your storefront. And like I was telling Beatrice before, if you don't have a promotion or a campaign, or you're not marketing or branding yourself on your social media, Instagram and Facebook, you have to be doing something else, whether it be through emails. There was a few trainings on the Champions page, the Beachbody Champions page, who have coaches, successful coaches, who don't even really use their social media to market or promote themselves. They use a whole different system of emailing and a whole different kind of marketing. So if you're not promoting yourself publicly on social media, you have to be doing something on the back end in order to work this business. But we are going to go into the social media part. So when people come to your Facebook, you do have to make sure that you have a smiling face, that they see you, they see your face in the majority of your pictures and the majority of your posts. And make it inviting, make it look welcoming, make it bright, and even your cover photo. I even have, there's even successful coaches out there who will pay Viber to create a professional looking cover photo. And you can see at Colleen's, I believe she has a professional one done by Viber. It was like 10, 20 bucks. I have a picture of me and my fiance, but make your cover photo and your profile photo something about you. Also, when people go to your Facebook, when you start adding people to your network, and when you start inviting people, they're gonna go on your Facebook. They want to know more about you. They want to make sure that they can trust you. So think of your Facebook as a journal, and as like a foundation of trust. They're looking to see if you are what you say you are, and they're looking to see if you are inviting them to something that's legit. So you want to make sure that your face is on your storefront, is on your Facebook. That's why they call it Facebook. It's a book of faces. I love like that analogy. Anyways, so now that they've seen your Facebook, you're going to go ahead and message the people that like, comment, that view your stories, message everybody on your Facebook. So when you get into your private messages, or if they start asking you about your challenge group, or they ask you what you're doing because you've been so awesome in promoting yourself on social media, I'm going to go ahead and share this so you can take a look. Have I shared one before? Yeah, I have shared it before. Okay, can you see my screen, Beatrice?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, where's the thing? There it is. Okay, this is how we're gonna have to do it because I don't know how to use Keynote. So now I'm on a Mac. All right, so I'm going to show you the questions and the things that I say in my private messages so you can get an idea of what inviting looks like. So whenever I get a question like, so what is it that you do to lose weight, or what program is it that you're doing, or I get messages like, I need help, how much do you charge, how much is your program? That's what they're saying. So you say something like, well, I'm not sure if this program is for you since everyone has different goals. Can I ask you a few questions so I can see what I can recommend? And the reason why I say it like this is because they have to know that, yes, I care about their needs. Not just, in general, everybody's needs, but I care about their needs and I want to know more about them. So let me go. How do I do this thing? There you go. Okay. So when they say yes, because most likely they're going to say yes, you can ask me questions. These are the kinds of questions that I like to ask. And I learned this a lot from when I first started coaching. Hold on a second. Sorry. So, and there's a reason why I ask these questions, and I ask these questions with intention. Just remember, the things that you do in your business have to be intentional, because this is the kind of time that you have, and you have to respect your time, and you have to make sure that you're utilizing your time. So when I ask questions like, what are your goals? That lets them know that I'm trying to figure out what their goals are. Financially, emotionally, physically, mentally. Those 4 things I like to usually ask them. And then they will tell you their goals. And then, I mean, I don't want you to make it sound like you're interrogating them or anything, but, you know, have these questions in your voice, of course. So this whole thing, I know it sounds like really maybe a little generalized or generic, but of course, make it in your voice. Okay. So how long have you been thinking of making a fitness journey? You kind of want to know if they're already kind of advanced in their fitness journey, if they're intermediate, or if they're just beginning, or they don't even know what a fitness journey is. Some people don't even know what that is. I didn't. So that's a kind of question you want to ask. Have you been trying any programs and not getting results? So you kind of want to, this question kind of opens it up to what have you been doing? It also opens up to if they're a coach already, or if they've already been working with somebody, or if, you know, if they're doing something and not getting the results they want, maybe, I don't know, they're doing cardio or something. You're probably not going to want to prescribe to them cardio if it's not working for them. So it's questions like this we got to start thinking when we're asking. What type of workouts do you like? What pace? What level? What kind of training are you into? This is a really good question. I like this kind of question because I want them to know that I want them to enjoy what they're doing too. So I want them to enjoy the kind of workout that we prescribe to them, or recommend them. So for example, if they like HIIT and weightlifting, I would definitely recommend them to lift 4. Or if they like Shanti and they know who Shanti is, then I would definitely recommend T20 because that's his newest and most recent program. If they like, I don't know, yoga, we obviously have a yoga studio, and we also have Pilates also. So, do you want to use any equipment? What kind of equipment do you have at home? This lets us know if they have the equipment that's needed for the kind of program. Like, for example, if they're doing 80-day obsession, they're going to need loops, they're going to need sliders, and they're going to need weights. So most of the time, they're not going to have the loops and the sliders. So that's something that we can prescribe to them as well, because we sell those. How much time do you usually spend working out? Of course, that is an important question because everybody or most people that I know are all about time. They want to know how long this workout's going to be. And they also want to know where in their schedule they're going to be able to fit it. So are you a member of a gym? Maybe we could go ahead and prescribe them a program that we have that is more gym related, like 80-day obsession or Body Beast, or I'm missing one, Hammer and Chisel. Those are like my main ones to do at the gym. You can also do 21-day fix at the gym. I've done that also. Some people just like the gym environment, and that's okay. It's a good thing to kind of remind them that our workouts are able to be streamed, and you can practically take them anywhere, to the gym, at home, outside, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, wherever at the hotel. Do you have any problems with nutrition? Of course, this lets us know, like, if they have any kind of like disorders or health disorders, like binge eating, cravings, and stuff like that. Walk me through a typical day. This I always ask, or this I always recommend them to tell me, just so we can find out the power pockets where they can fit in a 20 or 30-minute workout. Because honestly, sometimes I know people who do their workouts on their lunch break, and their lunch break is only 30 minutes. So that means they have a 20 minute to 30-minute workout that they can get in on their lunch break. So that's how we would help in utilizing their time throughout their day. How does your nutrition look like? Do you eat out a lot? This lets me know how they're eating at home. And we know if you're eating out a lot, you know there's going to be probably like a high dose of sodium and a high dose of carbs and sugar. So that is a big deal. That's kind of a question where you kind of want to open up, like, okay, you're going to be meal prepping more at home because you know what's going into your food. at the restaurants and stuff like that, you know there's going to be added sugars and salts and butter and things that are really not eating towards your goals. Do you drink a lot of water? So we know if they're hydrated and stuff like that. Do you ever feel tired or groggy? Notice that all these questions are geared towards how they're feeling and fitness and their fitness, and it's helping me answer later how I'm going to answer as giving a solution. Like, for example, how is Shakeology going to help them? So, do you ever feel tired or groggy, or are you energized? Do you have a crash during the day? Do you notice any bloating or irregularities in your digestion? These are big things to ask because most people do have those kinds of problems and they don't know how to solve them. Any other health ailments? Some people have told me, like, you know, they have Crohn's or Lyme's disease, they have IBS, they have UC. These are things to really note and really keep in mind. Oh, shoot. Where did it go? I'm sorry if I'm going so fast.
You're okay.
Talking so fast. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where it went. Okay. Okay, so this lets us know how we can help them even further. And of course, we are not making any claims. However, from what I hear from a lot of people who have drank Shakeology or started these programs, they not only have like lost weight, but you know, some of their, you know, blood pressure or cholesterol level has gone down. And not making any claims, not saying Shakeology is curing all, but it's definitely helped. So, now this is an invite to the challenge group, and I'll get into the answer later from all those questions. This is just like a generic kind of invite. Hey girl, we call it a hey girl message. I say hey girlfriend. That's my language. Again, make sure to put it in your language. I know we've only been chatting for a few, but I'm hosting an online wellness group called the Virtual Wellness Studio. And obviously, this kind of invite would go to a person that I just met recently. It's not like my long-term friend of like 25 years, you know. So of course you have to fix these invites or these scripts accordingly, depending on your relationship with them. This month, I'm looking for ladies who want to learn to get in shape for summer, learn some meal prep, and work towards the confidence they strive for. Working with motivated ladies pumps me up. No worries if this isn't the right time. I always host new challenges. That statement right there takes the pressure off of them. So, like I said, when you're talking to them, tweak this to, you know, your relationship with the person. Okay, now we get into the invite to coaching. So one thing I forgot to mention before, when you're looking at someone's page, when you're trying to add people to your network, I always think of FORM: family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. That tells me family. If it's, you know, if you have kids and they have kids, you know, we love to vibe on that. And it's good to know, like, if they do have a family, maybe something like UPF, Ultimate Portion Fix, would be really good for them, so they can meal prep as a family, because you know you have children's recipes in UPF. Occupation, I would look at what it is that they do. If they hate their job, if they like their job, if they're looking for some extra income, usually they'll say it on Facebook what it is that they do or whatever it is they're looking for. And then I'll message them. Like, I think I have it on here, but I'll go into the message later. So that's occupation. Recreation, if they're doing any recreational activities, like, I don't know, soccer, If they like to fish, if they like to shop, those kind of recreational activities, that's something you can vibe on. Motivation, if they have like an inspiring post or some kind of motivation or desire that they're stating on their Facebook or on their Instagram, that's something to also go off to and vibe with. So if I feel like they would be a really good match for coaching, then this is something I would say. I have noticed that you're not happy at your job from your last Facebook post. I also see that you love posting inspirational messages. Have you ever considered coaching? I think you would be such a badass at what I do. Or another way also is, dude, I gotta ask. I say dude a lot. I don't know why. It may not be for you, but you get a good amount of likes on your posts. Are you a coach or an influencer? And usually this is something I would ask on Instagram because there's more influencers on Instagram. From what I see on your Facebook, my girls will love you since you have our energy. I would love to find out if you would see yourself in our mission and vision. If I send you a video, could you watch it by Friday? So that question, if I send you a video, could you watch it by Friday? And then you will usually say yes. So it's basically if I, and then could you by this time. So it kind of puts like a responsibility on them to watch it by Friday, because they're gonna know like, okay, she's gonna come back to me on Friday and see if I've watched this. And usually I would ask what they think about it, what really drew them in, or what interested them the most about the video, so I know they actually watched it. And the video that I usually use right now is a video that Colleen had made with Jessica Lanier, and it's called How to Coach and Become an Influencer. They made a badass video. I think it's like an hour long, but they explained coaching perfectly with slides and everything, and they did like a Zoom call, and it was great. So I point, babe, I'm sorry, babe, can you he's washing dishes. So sorry. That's the kind of video I use. I let them go to see that video first because I don't have one yet. Or if you have like a why video, like a 5-minute why video that you want to go ahead and make, a why video of why you joined coaching, that's also something really good to send them. So that's invite to coaching. You could probably take pictures and screenshots of this when I do the recording, or you can take pictures now. It's up to you, because I know it's a lot. A lot of stuff I put down. So this is my answer from those questions from before. Show them that you have the solution. So I'm going to just read it real quick. It takes 21 days to change a habit, so let us start breaking the bad ones and start making healthier ones. Since you are working and going to school, we are going to get you in on working out for 30 minutes a day with various styles of physical training so you do not plateau. Obviously, this person is working and going to school. If they have, of course, kids and they're working, or if they have kids and they're going to school, then you're going to go ahead and tweak that. Awesome thing is you'll be receiving a whole arsenal of workouts for an entire year, so you'll never get bored. Once you're done with one, you can advance to another. Think of it as a Netflix of workouts. Also, I try to use visual type of language so they can picture themselves doing it in their head. So you can stream from anywhere. So obviously if they love to go to the gym, they're going to probably do it at the gym, and they're picturing themselves doing it at the gym. We need to compress your time with the intake of food because they're so busy. So to ensure you receive the proper nutrition, this comes with a meal plan with portion control containers that are customized with the program. So you can see as I'm going from the fitness side to the meal plan and answering them in those questions that we had earlier, they can see that everything, this is like a full solution. It's not just like fitness. It's not just nutrition. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm like burping. with the program. So you don't need to second guess on what to eat. To ensure you get all the essential nutrition, we're going to pack in our 30-day supply of superfood meal replacement. It's on the go, so you don't miss a beat in your meal plan. It's quick and easy, keeps you fuller longer, especially for your long days. The shake will also aid you in your energy for the day without creeping on your cravings. Winning, hashtag. I know you love chocolate, so this is a chocolate fix for the day. It tastes like dessert, but acts like 7 salads. It will also help with the bloats you're experiencing. To help keep you on track and focus on your motivation, I'll be adding you to our wellness group. So that's like the whole answer. Now, mind you, you don't want to word vomit all of this unless you ask them. So something I would say is, do I have your permission to go ahead and break it all down for you? So when I ask that, they know I'm going to write the whole thing, this huge post or this huge message. If not, I'm telling them. And it does take practice to go ahead and talk to people and make sure that you're explaining it in a way not only that they understand, but also like just explaining it, I guess, in the way you would say it. It's really taken me a while to get this down. So don't be, overwhelmed. Just come in confidently and with passion. That is my biggest suggestion to you guys. So another thing is, if you're not, if you don't have them in the back end talking about it and you're talking to them on the phone, this is practically the exact thing I would say. And if you haven't invited them through private message, but they filled out a form that you created, like I did, I have a form also. I created a Google form, and I've also created Wufoo forms. This is what I would send them in the email with the questions that I've asked in the Google form, if that's the route you want to take. So I would send them the health recommendation is what I call it. Okay. So just to touch on objections, this is after they kind of said no to you or not yet. So these are the usual objections that we get. It's usually the money, affording it, or time. So the money question, how much is it? You want to start large. You want to start with the largest price point and then narrow it down. With the full solution on retail is originally $220. However, through me, you receive a discount. The average person would spend $8 to $15 on a meal, but with our discount, and assuming you're signing them up as a discount coach, you receive a full solution at under $4 a day. So we want to help you save at $160. So they can see the difference between not having a discount and having a discount. The next objection is, it's just too expensive. I can't afford it right now. And that's okay. I totally get you. I used to feel that way, but I found that in drinking Shakeology, I was able to cut my expenses on the crappy foods I ate, juice and soda and all the bad stuff. If you can take a look at the language that I use, I feel, I felt, I found. That's what I have in my head. So I let them know, like, okay, yeah, I feel you. I used to feel that way, but through this, I found. So I feel, I felt, I found is a good way to kind of keep in your, just keep it in your head when you're talking to people. Okay, it was just costing me too much. Then I learned how to meal prep. I stopped eating out so much, and wow, it made such a huge difference in my grocery bill. Since Shakeology helped me to cut cravings, it kept me fuller longer too. I didn't overspend on groceries. And if you want to go ahead and take the time, let's go ahead and take a look at your expenses. Maybe there's something that we can cut out, or if there's any unnecessary spending, so we can go ahead and invest in your health. And not just your nails or your hair, but something that's like super duper important. And that's a priority, is your health. And also you can ask them, have you ever considered coaching to help bring in the income? And I also let them know my first priority is to always help you pay back your health investment. So I always ask them, have you considered coaching? Maybe that's something that you could do while you're working out and in unison with your program, so you can go ahead and help pay yourself back. Next objection is, I do not have time. I'm very busy. And let them know I totally understand where you're coming from, because you were busy too, but you found a way, right? I used to feel the same way, but I found that I had 24 hours in a day, and I continued to feel unhealthy and depressed, not to mention I was tired all the time. So I had to find a way to believe in myself and get 20 minutes in to devote myself. When I first made this, it was 30 minutes. But now that we have Transform 20, we have a 20-minute workout that they can get in, and everybody has 20 minutes, right?
Yes.
There's 1,440 minutes in the day. You can take 20 minutes to focus on yourself. So let's go over what your day looks like and see if there's a pocket of time we can plug in a 20-minute workout. I found that I was more energized and got more accomplished in my day. What does your schedule look like? And notice I keep the conversation going. I keep them talking. And what you're doing mostly is listening. That's what you want to do, because most people like to talk about themselves, so let them talk about themselves. And that's more information for us also. So we are following up because they didn't answer you back. You send another "Hey girl" message. I would say send it another 2 to 3 days later. If I'm inviting them from the first point of contact in building my relationship, so say day one, I contacted them. I was like, hey, I really love those floral dresses that you have, something like that. I really love those floral dresses. And I built that relationship. And then they answer, and then I'm going to go back to them about 3 or 4 days later. And I'm going to keep connecting with them. And then it's not until the next week that I actually invite them. If they don't answer my invite, I go ahead and follow up with them, probably a week later. Hey girl, I noticed we kind of lost touch. I hope I was not being too pushy. I apologize. Sometimes I get really excited when someone has a goal they want to achieve. I know losing weight and being energetic around your kids is important to you. When I say that, I know losing weight and being energetic around your kids is important to you, I'm reinstating their why. I'm reinstating their goals so they remember what they told me. And they remember what they're fighting for. So I'm trying to save a spot for you in my virtual wellness group. We have a spot available. Are you in? So you did your follow-up and you sent them about 3 or 4 messages and they're not answering. They went completely ghost, and it happens. It happens to me a lot. It happens to all the coaches. So don't worry. And sometimes people just forget, or they're just not online, or they have other stuff going on. So yes, we do try to keep following up with them because they just have other stuff in their life going on. If you receive total silence after constantly following up, engage on their social media. And when I say engage on their social media, wake them up. I start liking their posts. I start commenting on their posts to let them know, like, hey, I want you to see my posts. So Facebook will show your post on their feed when they're scrolling Facebook. So that's why your posts are so important. Then you follow up with, once you wake up their social media, hey girl, I can see you saw my last messages and totally loved our energy, but I understand you may not be into this kind of thing. You want to relieve the pressure from them, because when you're messaging them, they start to get nervous from what I've seen, and they start to hesitate answering you. So some of them just don't answer at all. So you want to relieve the pressure, take it off them and put it more on you. It is not for everyone, but is there something I said or something you did not understand about it that maybe I can work on with my future conversations? By the way, my job is to help everyone gain wealth physically and financially. Do you have any friends or family that may need my help? Don't be afraid to ask for referrals. That's one thing I learned. I used to be afraid to ask for referrals, and it really hurt me in the long run, because there are actually people out there who did refer people to me and they had no problem with that. They're just like, hey, you know, it's not my thing, but I think my sister would be great for your coaching opportunity. That's about it. That's invites. I know I went super fast, but that's invites. So really all this is practice. All of this came to me like just researching the top coaches, getting on their calls about invites and objections. Let me stop share so I can see you, Beatrice. So all that is just practice. That's why I tell you guys to start like and be consistent every single day in doing it, because you'll get stronger in your conversations. And remember, it's a lot of research that I did throughout my years of coaching, trying to find out how to talk to people. And it's not just like trial and error, because I would be like, okay, I'm going to try to send this and hopefully it works. Hopefully this person is going to talk to me. I've had those conversations in my head, and I know you do too. So don't be a baby, just press send. Just send it. Okay? And they're going to answer back and you'll be like, yes, they answered. I used to get those moments. But then as you progress and as you grow in your fitness journey, doing the programs and getting to know yourself better and getting to know the programs better, you gain so much more confidence. So that's why like I used to hesitate when people would make fun of me, or when people would kind of criticize me for being in my fitness journey, because now I can talk with confidence that it does work, and they shut up. They either shut up or they come and ask me or they come and join me. So practice. Okay. Do we have any questions?
That was really good. I mean, everything that you showed us, you know, that you say and all of that, you did exactly all of that with me. Like, that was good.
But you know, I didn't ask you all those questions, but I did ask you some of those questions because you want to know.
And you, I mean, your whole format, like you practice what you have in that format, like you really do. And this is from, you know, like what, 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago. That is really impressive.
That I've been using that format since I started. It's not it's not anything new. It's just little things that I tweak. So I'm like, okay, that sentence is not going to work. Let me go ahead and change it. But it takes time, because some of these things you have to like 3-4 months. You have to see if it works sometimes. And if it's not working for 3 or 4 months, I'm like, okay, then I discard it.
Right.
Or I just really tweak it. But all the questions, it's just I've found different ways of asking or different ways of saying it, so people don't get like all flustered or intimidated or anything like that. So like I said, it's just a matter of practicing and talking to people. Talk to as many people as possible so you know all the different kinds of people that you're going to talk to and how you're going to talk to them and things like that.
I think that, like your, you know, like when you invite on your Facebook page, and when you know, like put different things in your stories about what's coming up and things like that. That is something that I really need to like jump in on and do. I have never like actually invited on my Facebook page, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you have a picture of like yourself and you add different things in like on your story, like you write different things of what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to like copy it on mine, because I don't know how to, like the wording, you know, like the verbiage that you use is really on key. I haven't done that. I know and it kind of freaks me out to like do
Well,
it on my.
you have to put it in your words, how you would say, how you would talk to your friends. That's why I use words like badass, or like, you look at some of our coaches who use the F word constantly. It's just how they talk, and that's what people remember about them.
Yeah.
So the trick also is you gotta put really good photos out.
Yeah, that's
Really
the
good
other.
photos out, because there's so many posts out there that like people have a 3-second, what's it called, they give themselves, their brain 3 seconds, the attention span, before they're like, okay, am I going to read this or not? I know Devin has it. The 3-second attention span if he's going to read that post or not. So you have to have really good pictures.
Yeah, I think I need a new phone.
It does help to have an updated phone.
I really do think I need a new phone for some better pictures, because I try and it's just
What
like
kind of
not
phone do you have?
sucky one.
Don't say sucking one.
I
A
mean,
lot of us have older phones. It is harder to take better pictures with them. What I do suggest, if you are going to stick to your older phone, go outside and take pictures, because your outside lighting is usually the best lighting.
maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. That's why a lot of my pictures are taken outside in my front my front yard.
Okay. Okay. I'll start trying that.
But try to get a new phone, because
And I finally just started kind of playing with like the timer, because I've never done it, like the timer on my camera. I've never done it before. And so I finally started playing, like putting it on my tripod and started playing with that, because I
you
know
can
that.
also get one of those little clickety controls
Is
if you
that
have
what the
them.
Bluetooth clicker is? Is that what she was talking about on the video?
Yeah, it's like
I've heard of that.
this big. I
Yeah.
have one, but you can use let me see. Hold on. Sorry. So it looks like this. I have a red one. So I have a red one, a white one, and a black one. So it's a Bluetooth clickety thing. Clickety thing.
I've never heard of that.
Sometimes they come with the tripods. I know my tripod came with one.
Oh.
I forgot where I got these. I forgot where I got the red one. But yeah, they're really good. Or you could I use the timer mostly, but I'm going to use this when I go to Summit, because there's going to be a lot of picture opportunities. But play a lot with editing, I would say.
Okay.
Biggest suggestion is get a new phone. Because
I started playing more with editing. Yeah. Like since I've had a little extra time, I've started playing a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, okay.
So, do we have any other questions about?
Not right now. You know, like as I go, I'll reach out to you and ask what to do on certain, situations or
Okay.
posts or whatnot.
Hold on. We're going to take a picture. Ah, forgot to take a picture. Okay. Ready? 1, 2. Oh my God, I put my hair down. This is okay. Gotta show the red. Took a shower and did my hair. So, okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's on timer. 2, 1. Okay.
I think I blinked.
No, you didn't blink.
Okay.
Okay, let me stop the recording. Okay, and that's all. If you guys have any questions, make sure to ask. But yeah, good night. Thank you.
Bye.